We're looking at the Duchess shape today. This is the last Homer Laughlin toiletware shape that was made. Now, this came out about 1905, but it became very popular around 1910 because it's a very plain shape. There's no embossing, there's no segmented handles, there's no fussiness to these shapes that we saw with the previous ones, like fancy embossed shapes of Mingo, Wyoming, and Bridal. Now, in 1910, you look at what was going on with dinnerware. You have Niagara and Genesee and later Empress. So you have these very plain shapes, and this just fits right in with them. This is very Art Nouveau. We're getting into arts and crafts. Now, around 1919, 1920, we start to see a decline in toiletware and the number of treatments available. And by 1929, we see an end to toiletware completely. And Duchess is the last remaining shape. So one thing we notice, and I sort of pointed this out in Bridal, when you're looking at Mingo and Wyoming, you see a lot of blended tints, you see a lot of underglaze prints, you see a lot of gold stipple, but by the time you hit Bridal, those start to get less and less, and you see more dependency on decals. Now, once we're in Duchess, we don't see any underglaze prints. We don't see any blended tints. I'm not going to say you're not going to find them. I'm just going to say that was not the norm for Bridal. And of all the pieces I have out, only one has gold stipple, which is this brush base, and it's rather minor in itself. So we'll look at some patterns here, because I'm sure a lot of collectors consider this a boring shape when you compare it to the ones that came before it. Everything's simplified to the point that all you have are decals and gold stamps. But excuse me, there are a couple other treatments here that are rather interesting. The crown and ribbon treatment comes in several forms. We have it here on this large ewer with this tan neck, but there are versions that have these little gold squiggles designed. So this is the green and yellow version of crown and ribbon, and here's the orange and yellow version on a shaving mug, and here's the ribbon treatment on a soap dish. And there's your general Homer Laughlin back stamp. I've yet to find a piece of Duchess that has the eagle and lion. Most of them, well, all of them, are going to have just a generic back stamp, sometimes with a date code. I'll see if I can find one real quick. This one is from 1916. And we have another impressive treatment here with these the peacocks and a green neck. And there's a slop pail in the back with the peacocks and a blue neck. Rather unusual treatment with the blackberries and these overlapping gold bands. I kind of wish they hadn't done that. But we got a little bit of a blended tint on the top with the yellow. Christmas decals you can find on Duchess more than the other shapes. This one with the large ewer and basin. This is treatment number 2284. There are several pieces out here with that treatment. We have a soap dish with 2284. This decal you can find on Hudson shape, Angela shape. This one comes from 1912. Another Christmas decal, but with a different gold stamp on it. This one I actually have it identified as 2281. Greek key. This is probably the most common treatment you will find on Duchess. This is treatment number 2334. You have to forgive me, sometimes it's hard for me to read. I'm not reading the part, I'm reading through a screen. Another gold stamp treatment common on Duchess. This is 2278, and it's dated 1912. And then you see this combination of a decal with gold stamps with this violets treatment. This would be very typical of something you would find on the Angelus or Hudson with these very colorful violets. This is treatment number 2366. Another slop pail in the back. Again, slop pails have a flat top. Slop jars are going to be curved. And that's probably going to be it for Duchess. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this shape. A very simple, plain shape. Again, it's unfortunate that a lot of collectors think it's boring when you compare it to the others, but it does serve its purpose in this time period of simple design. Again, Art Nouveau and arts and crafts. It's unfortunate that toiletware was not extended into the 1930s. We probably would have had a lot of Art Deco looking shapes. But again, 1929 is the end of toiletware, And that's going to be it for now for Homer Laughlin toiletware. There's really no need to revisit this anytime soon unless there's a new discovery or something extraordinary to show. So that's it, Homer Laughlin Duchess.